And at the age of 14, I was at a Waianae High School graduation. After the graduation, we were all at the Pavao Beach partying, drinking, hanging out. And one of my classmates told me, they're like, you want to go for a ride? We'll go to Taco Bell. So I was like, okay, shoot, whatever. I jumped in a car with him and this other guy who was driving the car. He was 38 years old, so he was old enough to be my dad. So I jumped in the car with them and we go to Taco Bell. And in the parking lot, we ran into somebody that they knew. They jumped out, they gun pointed this guy, took his money, took his drugs, and they came back into the car and they seen all the money and drugs that they had, and immediately thought, that's cool, I want to be like them. I want to rob people, I want to take their money. I want to be like that. And so immediately I started looking up to them. I wanted to be like them. So that night, I watched them. I was sitting in the back seat of the car and I watched them pass a pipe back and forth, a glass pipe, watching them blow clouds. And I tell them, I want to try. They're like, no, it's not for you. I'm like, please, come on, I want to try. And that's how I smoked ice for the first time. That night, that guy that was driving the car, he took us up to a land of Waianae Valley, to a property where there was an abandoned bus. So this bus is broken down, it's not running. All the seats were gutted out, so the only thing in the bus was futons, beds, not beds, but like blankets, pillows, and towels. And that's where he would take his friends to go and smoke and get high, chill. So we're sitting in this bus, and we're getting high, we're smoking, and my classmate says, I'm gonna go to the store, I'm gonna come back. Well, long story short, my classmate never came back. That guy held me hostage on that bus for 12 days, beat me, raped me, drugged me, force-fed me pills so that I would knock out. Every time I wake up, I wouldn't be able to swallow because I would have choke marks around my neck, bites and bruises all over my body. I could barely walk because my whole body was in pain. He used me for 12 days. On the 12th day, I started noticing that he was falling asleep and nodding out. And I told myself it's now or never, I need to make a move. So when he fell asleep, I took off. I ran down the road with nothing but a pail on, and I hitched him somewhere to get away. That's how I escaped. When I was there, I used to beg him to let me go, and he would tell me, no, you're not going nowhere. He used to force me to stand in front of him while he sat on the bottom steps of the bus, and he used to force me to shower with the water hose outside of him, and he used to just watch me play with himself. And I would beg him to please let me go. He'd be like, no, you're not going nowhere. After I escaped, I was a changed person. I was broken, damaged, defeated, ashamed. I felt dirty, defiled, embarrassed. I kept this a secret from my family for 15 years. I never told them what happened because I didn't want them to come for him if they get hurt. I didn't want them to come and see how far my life had gone. I didn't want to give them the opportunity to tell me, see, I told you so. You see what you get for hanging around with dummies? You see what you get for not listening? I never wanted to give them that chance to be right. Because at 14, I thought I was grown and I knew everything. The last person I wanted to listen to was my parents or my teachers. As soon as they start talking, I just shut my ear off. I don't hear nothing you say. So I thought I knew everything. So I kept that a secret. So keeping it a secret, I needed to stay numb. My addiction began. For 15 years, I numbed myself from the age of 14 to 29. I numbed myself to forget, to not feel. I wanted to pretend like it never happened. I wanted to forget what happened to me. Getting high is like chasing counterfeit happiness or temporary joy, because it's never lasting. At the age of 17, I ended up with a drug dealer. He was old enough to be my dad too. His son was my classmate. But he had a lot of drugs, and that's why I met him. After he got me to move in with him, he started beating me, pistol whipping me, shoving the gun down my throat, tying me up, hitting me in the head. He used to lock me in his room while he would go out to go to work. And he would lock me with 2 deadbolts on the outside of the door. In his room, there was no windows. It was just all walls as that. He locked me in there and told his 2 younger nephews, make sure you guys feed her under the door and don't open that door. So he was known for being crazy, trigger happy. Everyone was afraid of him because he was crazy. Quick to pull a gun on me, quick to shoot rounds. So nobody wanted to open the door for me. His nephews would not open the door. They would put 2 slices of bread on the paper towel, put peanut butter and jelly or ham and cheese, and they would slide it under the door, and I'd have to pull it in order to eat. And I'd beg them, please let me out. Open the door, please. They'd be sorry, we can't. It's going to kill us. We can't. One day I managed to escape with him, and 3 weeks later he found me at my uncle's house. He pulled up and he told me on the phone, he said, if you don't come outside, I'll put a bullet in your uncle's head. My uncle was 80 years old, so of course I would step outside. Of course I'm gonna leave. I don't want to bring something like that around my family who's innocent. My uncle raised me. So of course I left. And he told me, he said, I don't know where you think you're going, but you're not leaving me. Another time I tried escaping, I asked one of my girlfriends for help. I said, please pick me up, get me out of here. I jumped in the car with her, we were driving down the road, and it was not even an hour. He pulled up on the side of the car with a dirt bike. He shot bullets through the transmission, stopped the car, yanked her out, and smashed her head into the ground. That's the last time I ever asked anybody to help me. I knew that by asking for help, I was endangering other people. So I took that shit on the chin, and I just dealt with it. I was broken and miserable. My life was falling apart. I was an addict. I was being abused. I didn't know how to get out. So he had a condition called syphilis. And because of that, he had a lot of pills in his room. And so I got to the point where I just wanted to die. I just wanted to die because death was more welcoming to me than my own life. So I took all the pills that I could find in the whole entire room. I took it all. Trying to kill myself. I overdosed on pills. And the next time I woke up, I was in the hospital, hooked up to IVs after they pumped my stomach. I looked to my right and was sitting on the side of my bed. Started screaming and yelling at the doctors, why did you guys save me? Why did you save me? I wanted to die. You guys ruined it. I didn't want to be here. Why did you save me? And so this cycle went on. For almost 10 months, he kept me locked in that room. Being his little trophy, hostage situation. 2 days after I tried killing myself, he went to prison for shooting somebody at the day. And that's how God rescued me from that situation. He removed it from my life because he knew I couldn't get out. When that happened, at this point, I'm a ruthless person. I'm heartless. My heart is black. I'm coming out of darkness, misery, pain, suffering, brokenness. I was such a damaged person that I was emotionless. I didn't know how to laugh, smile. I was not the same person. So now all I want to do is rob people. If you're a drug dealer, I'm gonna rob you. If you're a guy who hits on me, I'm gonna rob you. If you're a girl with a nice purse, I'm gonna rob you. Anybody was made to me. Because it was all about survival. I've been through homelessness because my family didn't want nothing to do with me at this point. They said, don't come around here. So I lived on the streets from the age of 15 years old. From the age of 15, I never returned to my family. My mom, my grandma, they would beg me and would cry, please come home. Come home, Terann. And I'm like, I'm good. This is my new family now. The streets is my family. I surrounded myself with people who could give two shits about me. As long as they could continue getting high, as long as I continue to meet their needs, as long as they could benefit off of me somehow, that's all that mattered to them. But they could care less if I But these are the people that I chose over my family, over my mom, over my grandma, over everyone who really did love me. I chose them. One thing I can tell you is that the streets don't love nobody. They'll truly love you, spit you out. And that's a fact. The streets is not made for love and loyalty and friendship. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And everybody wants to be a gangster until you gotta do something gangster. Until you're forced to do something gangster. It's all fun and games until it's not. Until you're facing 20, 30-year sentences, life sentences. Until you're locked up, serving a stretch, and then your mom dies. Your grandma dies. Your brother gets shot. Then you realize you can't leave. You can't be there. And shit starts to get real for you. It's not fun and games. Drugs is not a joke. That one decision of me being curious, looking up to the wrong people, changed the course of my life forever. What was so cool about that? Him robbing somebody in the drive-thru, what was cool about that? Nothing. But I wanted to be like him. I wanted to be like the very person who hurt me and damaged me the most in my entire life. I actually looked up to him. So at this point in my life, oh wait, how do you see on the screen? At this point in my life, I started committing crimes. Robbing businesses, robbing houses, robbing people. Stealing cars. Changing identities. So this is, I could only get a hold of 16 of my mugshots. I was arrested 44 times. I was Hawaii's most wanted. I did 9 years and 9 months in prison. I've been to 7 different prisons, from Hawaii to Arizona, to California, to Washington. I've been in federal and state prison. So I know when you guys look at these pictures, you can see the brokenness in me, the emptiness. I mean, I'm smiling in some of my mugshots because I had nothing to lose. Really, I just wanted the cops to kill me. That's how I wanted to go out. I thought it was a badge of honor to get killed by the cops, and that's how you died. That was my goal in life. But guess what? I was fine with it at the time. I'm like, I'm not going to live much longer. I hope the cops kill me. Because really, my life was worthless to me. I had nothing to lose, nothing to live for. Or that's what I believed at that time. So I've been arrested 44 times because of my lifestyle. Everybody in my circle started getting shot, killed, stabbed, arrested. One of my friends, he got shot in the face, he lost his eye to this day, he walks around with a glass eye. Another one got shot twice in the stomach over a drug deal gone bad. He survived, but today he walks around with a noodle bag where everybody can see when he takes a shit. And he has to change that every time he has to use the bathroom, he has to change the bag. He'll carry that for the rest of his life. My ex-boyfriend got stabbed to death over drugs, got killed in Kalaeloa. My best friend Tommy got beat to death over a half-gram of drugs and motorcycle parts. My friend Tatum shot dope up in her arm, got an infection, and died. My other friend shot up too much dope, his heart stopped. This can go on and on and on. But what mattered to me, what changed me, is when it came to my little brother. He was 20 years old, 2 weeks before he turned 21. My brother, mind you, my brother was nothing like me. My brother was a good kid, he was driven, straight A's. He never did drugs in his life. Nothing like me. He went to a rave with his friends, and they were all drinking alcohol. And one of his friends decided to give him a pill. Within 10 minutes, his heart stopped. What do you think his friends did? They left his ass to die alone. You know what the ambulance and the medical people said? If somebody would have gotten help, they could have possibly saved him. But all his friends, if he thought were his friends, left him there to die because they were more afraid of getting in trouble because they were lied to. They were more afraid because they gave him that pill. So they were more worried about covering their ass than the fact that my brother's heart stopped and saved his life. friends wisely. Drugs ain't okay. What I admit, it could be any one of you. I am here because this is my career. I am here for money. I don't pay for this shit. They say my career is my passion. Because I got love for every single person in here. Because I don't want to see you meet this person. I don't want to see you guys have to live this life. Because I'm telling you, not everybody survives it. Not everybody comes out alive. I have friends, okay? I have one friend, he was a boxer, a surfer. He was 6'3", raped all the girls was in love with him, all the girls wanted him. One time, he tried drugs. You know where he's at today? He's walking on the side of the road by the Wine Harbor, pushing a grocery cart filled with rubbish, naked, talking to himself. I can't even conversate with him. He don't even remember me, but we grew up together. And he'll never be the same. You know, I know a lot of, for me, my curiosity is what drove me to go on the path that I went on. So don't be curious about stuff like that. Drugs is whack, guys, and it ain't game. Like, I can pick up this mic right now and put it down. You can't do that with drugs. You pick it up and you're stuck. Drugs held me captive for 15 years. A life of misery and pain. I couldn't just put it down. I couldn't live without it. I am here to lecture you guys, to waste your time, to bore you. I flew here from Vegas on my own to make sure that I get to talk to you guys. Because I hope and pray that you guys make different decisions from what I made. The difference between me and you is that I can't go back and make different choices. I can't go back and change my mistakes. I can't go back and undo what I did at age 14. I can't go back and get unraped or unaddicted or unincarcerated. I can't. It's too late for that. But it's not too late for you. You got your whole life ahead of you. You guys are all young, vibrant, full of life and potential. So don't be the next me. It's not cool, guys. It's not cool to be a gangster. It's not cool to deal drugs, to use drugs. Anybody can do that. Who in here can be a leader? Anybody can be a follower. Who in here can be a leader? Somebody who leads your friends to the light. Somebody who leads it and teaches your friends how to be positive, how to make the right decisions. Anybody can be that person. Anybody can. That's easy. But not everybody's going to survive that. Not everybody's going to live through that. I've been through shootouts with the police, high-speed chases, shootouts with drug dealers. I've been held hostage, put in a trunk. I've been gun-pointed by 6 men at one time. But yet I'm still standing here. And even after trying to kill myself, God had other plans. He was not finished with me. When I tried to take myself, my own life at age 17, he said, I'm not done with you yet, sir. I have a plan and a purpose for you. And I don't regret nothing I did. Yeah, sometimes I get sad, I get down. I was locked up for almost 10 years. I was addicted for 15 years. That's 25 years of my life that I wasted. Came to the streets. I'm 35 years old, do the math. That's more than half of my life that I came to the streets and addiction. I can't get those years back. But I don't regret it because I was allowed to turn my mess into a message. Because God knew that He needed me to reach you. And so the only reason why I survived those things is because God needed me to be there. Because He needed me to speak in hopes to open your eyes, to change your mindset, to help you see the reality and the truth of what comes with addiction. You know, I know a lot of movies and songs and music nowadays, they glorify drugs. They talk about all the money they make, all the girls they bang, you know, taking keys overseas, popping money, doing drugs. They make it sound so fun, like life is one big party. But it's not. What I shared with you is only a tiny, itty bitty glimpse of what I've endured in my life. It's not a game, guys. It's so important So, when my brother died, I realized that I didn't want nothing to do with drugs anymore because I sat there and watched my family fall apart. I watched my mom cry. I watched everybody fall apart after losing my brother. And I told God, why him? Why not me? I'm the one who took life for granted. I'm the fuck up. Why not take me? Why allow him to die? From that moment, I realized I wanted nothing to do with drugs. And I prayed to God. I said, Lord, help me hate my addiction. Help me to hate this. Help me to be strong and get past this. By the grace of God, I've been clean sober for 6 years. And that's the greatest decision I ever made in my life. The moment I got sober, God started to open up blessings and opportunities for me. When I closed those old doors, God opened up new doors. When I turned my back on those old friends, God gave me new friends. When I changed the direction of the path that I was on, He led me in a new direction. When I allowed myself to walk out of the darkness, He led me into the light. So I'm not here to waste any more of your time. I just ask that you take my message in, whatever I said today, take it to your heart. Because I'm not speaking out of my ass, I promise you. If somebody came to me at age 14 and spoke to me the way I'm speaking to you now, I think just maybe I would have thought differently that night when I was so curious. I think maybe I would have lived a different life had I opened my eyes and see things differently. So I ask that you take my message with you. And the next time you get faced with a choice to choose left or right, that you choose the right path. That you make the right decision. Make something of yourselves, of your lives. You guys are all amazing. You have a life ahead of you. Don't waste your life living the same life I lived. So thankful you guys have to let me share today. And just ask that you allow me to make that impact in your heart. If I open your eyes or if I made an impact in your heart, can you please just raise your hand? I just need to know that I didn't waste my time today. Please, when I leave today, I ask that you remember me. Remember my words, because my message comes straight from my heart. And like I said earlier, this is not my career, this is not my job, guys. Everything, my flight, my gas, my time, all of that stuff came from me. I'm here on my own. I don't get paid for this. I don't get paid for my time. I don't get paid to stand here. I could be anywhere. I could be out doing anything. I could be at the beach right now. But I chose to be here. And trust me, you guys are the first people I spoke to today. You guys are the 7th place I spoke at since yesterday. And I still have one more place to go in Kalaeloa. I'm doing this from my heart, guys, because I got love for you. You girls, choose different than what I chose. Choose better for yourself. I know all of you can relate to my story somehow, and that's between you and God. But I ask that you choose differently from what I chose. Because you guys don't want to be that person or live through that pain. You have your whole life ahead of you. All of you. So I ask that you make the right decisions. If you guys got goals and dreams, chase those dreams. Don't let nothing and nobody stop you. Don't let nobody tell you you ain't shit or you ain't good enough, because you are. So learn from my mistakes. Instead of trying to go out and make those same mistakes yourself, just take my word for it, because I promise you I'm not lying. Thank you guys so much for letting me share.